Hello, all, a very warm welcome. Today we are looking at another lead code question which is asked in January week 3. The question says find the most competitive subsequence. Right? Let's look at the descriptions. Given an integer array nums and a positive integer k, return the most competitive subsequence of nums of size k. Okay, an array subsequence is a resulting sequence obtained by erasing some element from the array. We have A is more competitive than the subsequence. B is the first position where A and B differ. Okay, okay, and subsequence A has a less number than it is. Okay, so what we're trying to say here is we need to find a sub array out of this given array nums such that uh, its length is equal to k, first thing, and we need to kind of add it, bring it in those sequence such that it becomes more competitive, and more competitive, the only rule is that it is less than the corresponding number in B, right? So what that mean is, if I have 3426, the most competitive number in this particular array is 2, right? Because it's the least number, it's the minimum number in this array. Considering we are looking at a value 2, right? The two sub arrays. So if we bring this down, right? So if we move to the array, so this is the array. So what can be the number of combinations of 2 arrays which can be formed like are 2 comma 6, 3 comma 2, 3 comma 6, 5 comma 2, 5 comma 6, 2 comma 6 is already done. So this is, these are the some set of arrays which can be created where A and B are not equal to each other. So if we look at this, right, the minimum one which can be formulated is this one. This is the minimum number, right? Because, and after that it really doesn't matter, because 2 right now when compared to any of the integers of the subarray which is at the first index is the least one, right? So we are good with this one. Assumingly, say assume I added a 5 here, right? Then in this case my minimum subsequence would have been 2 comma 6, sorry, 2 comma 5 in this place, because I have another number which is less than this one, right? Now say I had another 1, right? In this scenario again, considering after I1 I don't have any other integer, minimum one which we are looking for is again 2 comma 1, right? Assuming, say, let's add another which I have a 1 here, right? Then the minimum subsequence which we are looking for is 1 comma 2, right? So what do we mean by all this, right? What we are trying to say here is, see if the first index is the minimum or not, then go in that order and see, okay, do I have a next minimum number in that or not? Get it? If not, then take whatever you're having right now in your place. So say, like for this one, right? For this one, I didn't had say for this one, I didn't had any number which is after that. So if I take this one, it is of no use, because I cannot form a sub array which is coming after one, because we need to ensure that this is lexicographically sorted to each other, in lexicographically in increasing order, not sorted, in increasing order, right? So after one I need to pick a number after one only, and I don't have any, so I need to go and fall back to the next minimum number which is 2, right? So hence the reason the value answered to that will be 2 comma 1, right? So just for understanding sake, let's take another array which is this one. So with this, what we are trying to say is we need to form a subarray of 2. So based on whatever we discussed just now, what we're looking for is 2. Then what is the next smallest number, which is 3, which is in the sequence. Then again a 3. Then I'm getting a 4. And this is what we are looking for. Yeah, this is what we are looking for. So we need to bring it in that order. Now, how to approach this problem, right? If you look at this, right, what we are trying to say is, we are trying to say, okay, take, or you can say scan the minimum number, in the array. This is what we're trying to do. Okay, and if say I found a number, if I go in this, if I try to read from right to left, right, uh, there are two approaches to it which I can think of right now. One is, okay, create all the combinations of two single of the length k, and then try to compare the arrays, and whichever is having the minimum number to begin with is the one which you're looking for, right? Now, the another approach is, but problem with that will be like, okay, I need to kind of create first number of combinations, and then I need to compare the values. So the complexity with that I'm looking at is on a higher side, because we need to bringing out all the combinations means I'm going to run a loop twice and then find out the number of combinations. That will be like O of n square or something of that sort, right? The other combination is, the other approach is, okay, scan through right to left and see, okay, I got 3, right? Okay, I kept 3 as my base. The next number is greater than 3 or not? Okay, it's greater, no worries. Go to the next one. Oh, 2 is smaller than the one which I already have. Then move this 3 out and take this 2 now, right? And then go next. Okay, I have a 6. So I can take a 6 because I'm looking for a length 2. Okay, I got 2 comma 6. Then I got a 5. So the moment I have a 5, this 6 is of no use. So I can remove this 6 and I can take 5 in. Then go a step forward. I got a 1, right? And after this, I don't have anything. So I can just say 2 and 1, which is my output of this question. So the way with this explanation, right? Or if I try to scan it again, right? I picked 3, then I picked 5 because I'm looking at a array which is of length 2. Then I saw, okay, after 5 I got a 2, right? So this becomes 3 comma 2, right? Or in this sense, my 3 is also greater than 2. 3 is also greater than 2, and I have numbers after 2. So what we can do is, I have only 2 now. I have only 2 now, means I remove 3 as well. Now next thing what will happen is, now I'm looking for a number which is after that. So 2 comma 6, right? Now when I look at it, I have a 5 which is coming after that. So it becomes 2 comma 5. Now I have another number which is coming 2 comma 1, right? Now if I look at it, okay, I could have gone behind, but I don't have any number which is after 1 in the main array. So I'll just leave with this one. Say for that matter, I had another 10 here, right? Then my answer would have been 1 comma 10. I hope with this you could have uh, understood what we are trying to achieve here and how we are trying to achieve here. So if you see, right, what we're trying to do here is, we are inserting one value at a time into a given data structure, and then we are comparing with the next element which is coming in the array. And how we are going to do is, we are going to use stack. Why stack? Because what first we'll do is, okay, push 5, then push 3, then push 5, then I got a 2 value in the stack. I'll pop out 5 and add 2, and so go forward, right? So with this explanation, let's jump onto the code and see how to kind of solve this. I hope till now you would have got a fair idea what we're trying to do, and whatever the remaining confusions are, I think with this solution or with this code, you will be able to understand what we're trying to achieve. Right? So let's first create an object. So this is my stack, right? And as we said, right, we'll do nothing. We'll just scan through all the values in the array, right? I less than nums dot length I plus plus. Now what we're going to do is, while my stack count is greater than 0, just be with me for some time, okay? And my nums of I, whichever the value which I'm looking at, is greater than my last value which is inserted into the array, right? Because what we're trying to achieve is, uh, whether what my next value, say I would have been 2, whether my last inserted value is greater than this 2 or not. If it is greater, then I need to kind of do a remove that number 5 from it, right? And another thing which we need to keep a note of it is that whatever my length, remaining length after my current index I should be at least be able to accommodate the values so that I can go ahead and create an array of k size, right? To ensure we are doing that, we'll just add another logic which will like whatever my length is and whatever my current index is, and if I add the count of my current stack, that should be greater than k. That hence that's the reason, in say I would have been in this position and this 10 would have not have been there, I cannot go ahead and pop the value 2 because I don't have anything after 1 to insert in the first place, right? So here's this check, right? If everything of this gets you can say just justified or answered or satisfies then I'll just go ahead and pop the value. That is, I'll remove that value. So this will run until unless my nums of I is greater than equal to peak, and I have a remaining values which can go ahead and create an array of k, right? Once I'm outside this, I'll just keep on inserting the value in the array. If the value is less than k, stack dot push on the value nums of I. Right? This is it. Now, what we have to return is the the sub array, right? And if you see, my stack would have had the values. Stack would have had the values. Stack in this case would have had, so with the example which we just took, right? Stack would have had the values 1 here, sorry, 1 here and 2 here, right? With this example, because 1 came after 2. What we need to return is 2 comma 1, right? This is what we need to return. So first what we'll do is we'll create a integer array which will be of size of the return value, and right, and uh, what we'll have to kind of value from the stack. So we'll say while stack dot count is greater than 0, we'll have to extract the value of it. It int num is equal to stack dot pub, right? Now we need to insert this into the array, right? So my result, say counter is equal to num, right? Now this will be, so with the example which I just talked about, right? The first pop, say I had, with the example which we were talking about there, right? I had 2 1. The first pop would have given me 1. This needs to be added in the second index, not the first one. So with that in mind, this counter should be equal to k minus 1, because we move from 0 to 1, right? And then what will this counter minus minus. I hope you would have got this, why we are doing a reverse run here and return result whatever I've formulated. Let's run this and see if this is working for us. I hope I'm not going to get any errors. Okay, I got 5,6 and the expectation was 2,6. What did I miss? What did I miss? So we have to kind of leap through the array, look at the count is greater than correct. I need to pop the value the moment my current value is less than, oh shoot. So this should have been less than the stack dot peak, because if my current index, the current value is less than my last value in the stack, then I should go ahead and pop that value which is there in the stack. That was a big blunder. It's like doing the reverse thing of what we just requested. Oh, I got an answer. 2,6. Cool. Let's submit it. It got accepted. Cool. Thanks. So the complexity of this will be O of n, because if you see, right, we are looping through the whole array only once, irrespective of the fact that we are doing two loops, one inside the other, right? Uh, this is it, guys. I hope you liked the explanation or the solution or the approach which I came up with. If you have any other approach, please go ahead and share it with us, because again, we grow as one. That's what I generally say. So thanks a lot. In case you like the solution, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That gives me motivation to solve another question the next day. Thank you. Thanks a lot.